and then we'll talk about the sponsor of this research and get your feedback on them. Actually, before I do that, you just made me think of one other thing. So we've talked a lot about software and your focus on it. Is there a difference between, say, OS and middleware security thought leadership when it comes to software versus more application level? Do you look at those similarly or differently?
Differently.
Okay.
So from an OS standpoint, you're dealing with the actual physical hardware itself. Middleware, you're dealing with the communications and transportation and transformation of information between different either systems, programs, modules, or even different environments. And then the application, you're dealing with the actual physical or the actual interaction between end users. So yeah, absolutely. I look at them as completely different.
Okay.
There may be patterns that can apply across, but to me, they're different.
Is security thought leadership at the OS level something that matters to you, or is that outside what you tend to focus on?
It's outside of what I tend to focus on. I'm dealing, and I do focus a lot on the middleware tier, and I focus a lot on the application side of it. So being able to create sessions, be able to create tokens to allow for access to restricted areas or restricted APIs, that I deal with on a regular basis.
Okay, got it. So a couple related areas. We've been talking thought leadership. I want to bounce a couple other terms off you and see how they compare. So another phrase that we've been hearing get used is tech leadership. So not thought leadership, but tech leadership. Is tech leadership, security tech leadership, is that something that does that mean anything to you? Is that a term that you have a definition for in your head at all? Tech leadership around security?
So to me, tech can be either the technology itself, or it can be physical hardware technology. So to me, my question back to you on that would be what specific focus on tech are you looking at? Does that make any sense to you?
No, it does. It does. Well, let's go down the hardware path. So let's say it's hard security related to hardware tech leadership. Is there something different between, say, being if we stay in the hardware realm, perhaps there's somebody's a hardware security thought leader. Is that different from being a hardware security tech leader?
So I haven't thought of it in that terms before.
Okay.
To me, that's the same. So the reason I say it is because if you're a tech leader or if you're a security leader, you're still learning about and working through both of those pieces. Okay.
So there's you kind of need both of them. You need some technology leadership and some thought leadership together to really advance things. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. One other term for you. What about product leadership? Do you think you see product leadership being different from, say, tech leadership or thought leadership?
So to me, a product itself is going to be a specific solution to a specific problem that gets installed onto some sort of technology. So yes, I see that as different, specifically because you're now dealing with a specific solution to a particular business problem. And to me, that the space that you're going to be looking at for that solution is going to be different than the space that you're looking at when you're dealing with just like a system piece. So because a product themselves could have multiple technologies embedded in them. It could have multiple integrations with different systems. It could have specific requirements around the data. So that's dealing with a different range of things than a physical hardware